Hi, so the reason why I'm recording this video is actually that I've received a question probably about an hour ago on how I'm dealing with reverbs when it comes to orchestral music or when I'm working for trailers or video games. So you would also expect me sitting in front of my digital audio workstation explaining you some stuff within Studio 1.5 or talking about some presets or showing you some kind of different reverbs, but I'm not doing this. I will continue recording this video like this, and if you follow me for a few minutes here, you will definitely understand why am I doing this. So the main thing of this video I want to give you right away: don't overthink the process when it comes to reverb setups. The first thing I would recommend is setting up buses for your instrument ensembles. So this means set up one bus for strings, one bus for brass, one bus for woodwinds, and one bus for percussions. And last but not least, set up one bus as an orchestral bus where you route your strings, brass, woodwinds, and percussion bus into this. And then on this final bus, apply one single instance of reverb and set the wet ratio, maybe the dry wet ratio, maybe to like 20%, maybe 15% wet. Pick a decent sounding hall and you may be surprised how good it sounds. So the simple reason is you may already get lots of room information when you use recorded sample libraries, and the depth of this information will be even more valuable when you use several libraries at once. So for example, layer like 2 string libraries, layer 2 brass libraries, and so on. Also, I would recommend to stop using send and return plugins. The simple reason is, and this is just personal, I think it's an old concept. It's from the time when you were working on a mixing console and then you had to send out your instruments into an external reverb processing unit and then send it back into your mixing console or your digital audio workstation. However, instead I would get used to use insert plugins, and then your next step would be to get rid of this single reverb instance on the orchestral bus, but use 4 different instances on your buses you set up. So your strings, your brass, your woodwinds, and your percussions bus. So simply pick 4 individual reverb plugins and put them on each of these buses, and then proceed as follows. Just use a small hall, and yes, you've heard right, we're not going to use the same reverb for all of these buses, and it will probably amaze you how great it sounds when you start working like this. So on the strings bus, just use a decent smaller hall, some kind of orchestral venue, whatever, and put like a dry wet ratio of probably like 20%. A 20% wet signal, just put a little bit onto this. As I said before, the release tail maybe not too long, maybe just a medium hall, just try it. On the woodwinds you do the same, but maybe pick a little bit of a bigger hall with a longer reverb tail, and then maybe set it to like a ratio of 30 to 70. So 30% wet. The same you do for the brass, but just use a bigger hall and then maybe set it to a ratio of like 40 to 60, maybe 50-50. Depends on the reverb plugin. It depends also on the settings and on the patches itself. So as I said before, you start worrying about reverb too much, I would get into layering different libraries and kind of create an individual custom room depth coming from all of these libraries. And last but not least, I want to say, if your track doesn't sound right with reverb, or you tried all kinds of mixing processes and it still sounds wrong, it is most likely the orchestral arrangement. Okay, so I hope this little video made sense to you. If you have some questions, if you have some comments and suggestions, feel free to use the comment section below. I'm always happy to hear from you. And thank you so much for checking out this video, and see you on the next one. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel.